2 minutes before Moral's call to arms. Two men leapt from a giant creature and began their long descent to the Republic of East Gorto, which expanded below. Pitou was the first to notice it. The only reason Pitou decided to look up at the sky at that moment was just because. Pitou's hunch was vague.
Something's coming.
But seconds later, faint suspicions became certainty.
The enemy.
However, the enemy was still far above. They were so high up, in fact, that even Pitou's extraordinary senses were unable to detect them at all. Now battle-ready, this certainty was a result of feral instincts left over from Pitou's animal origin.
Pitou Zen disappeared?
At that very moment, two of the royal guards caught sight of what it was.
A dragon!
10 more seconds to go. 9. 8. 7.
As Moral counted down to the impending attack, Killua alone noticed that a shadow had fallen over Gon's eyes, turning them into a quiet, icy abyss.
6. 5. 4. 3. 2.
In order to go into full battle mode, Pitou prepared by turning off N completely. However...
1. Go!
Dragon died.
Unfortunately, seeing the enemy and turning off N to prepare for combat backfired.
Where'd they go?
All 6 of Pitou's senses, honed to a razor's edge in the face of a menace to the king, made finding the invaders quite an easy task indeed. A far greater threat than this countless rain of dragons was this human in the sky.
Torxicora!
When Pitou uses this Nen ability in order to fight at full strength, it takes less than 1/10 of a second from activation to attack. But in that moment, Pitou swore Netero said,
I anticipated several offensive and defensive patterns. But that was a bad move, little ant.
Netero's sequential movements appeared to be deliberate, fluid. At least, that's how it looked from Pitou's perspective. But truth be told, All of it took place in the period of time between the activation of Pito's Nen ability and the subsequent attack. Pito was able to capture Netaro's movements by sight, which was only possible through infinitely compressed awareness. Essentially, this meant that Pito stopped the sensation of time passing entirely. In reality, the attack was too swift to be avoided.
Yes, it happens. That's impossible. No, it's true. Think about it. When people are near death, time seems to slow down and their lives flash before their eyes. Isn't that right? It's a similar principle. In fact, I consider this phenomenon even more credible. And the reason is simple. In this scenario, you can hear what the other person is thinking. You can even obtain personal information that could only be known by the other person, so there is proof that it works. Martial artists have a name for this: spirit echoes. This temporal discrepancy often occurs when truly powerful warriors clash. The secret behind that old fart's power? There are several possibilities. First, his Nen is awfully quiet. And that means that nobody can predict his next move just from the flow of his aura. I suppose he hasn't lived this long for nothing. He might as well be a venerable old tree. Hell, he's been old forever, even when I was still just a baby. He's the only one who ever fought my grandpa and survived. Sure, I consider him an acquaintance. We're like yin and yang, he and I. Fool, we aren't equals. He's always gotten the best of me. What? Right, the secret to his power. Let's see now. Other than that, whenever you face him in battle, you had better look out for 100 type Guanyin Bodhisattva.